Boris has something to crow for as UK's COVID booster programme is miles ahead compared to EU. Boris Johnson has boasted the UK's coronavirus booster programme is miles ahead of the EU with twice as many doses available than in Europe. The Prime Minister urged Britons to take up the offer of the COVID booster jab as the government takes action to combat the alarming surge in Omicron cases. Boris Johnson urges the Britons to get boosted now as he hailed the pace and scale of Britain's vaccination rollout. Mr. Johnson claimed that the scale of effort meant that the UK as a whole now holds twice as many boosters per head compared with the EU. The Prime Minister told the coronavirus press conference, "Already the pace of rollout across the four nations is such that the UK as a whole now has twice as many boosters per head as the EU. And more than twice as many as the United States. So let's keep going. Let's keep giving Omicron both barrels." He added a territorial army is forming to support the NHS to deliver jabs. Mr. Johnson told a Downing Street press conference, "Since Sunday night, we have seen more than 20,000 new volunteers signing up to help with the booster effort as stewards, taking the total number to almost 33,000. With every day we are expanding the ranks of these healthcare auxiliaries. An emerging territorial army of the NHS in a race against time to get those jabs in arms and save lives." Boris Johnson said he was certainly not going to change the policies that have led to the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe after the sizable backbench rebellion he faced in the Commons. Asked if he would answer M.P.'s calls to change how he was running his party and the country, he said, "I'm certainly not going to change the policies that have led to the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, the fastest booster campaign in Europe now, and delivered 500,000 more people in jobs now than there were before the pandemic began. Those are the things which I would respectfully suggest that the public is also keen to focus on." Mr. Johnson added he has pretty modest plans for Christmas. The Prime Minister said, "I think the way things are looking, I expect a lot of us are going to be working throughout the period. My own plans, as you can imagine, are pretty modest at this stage." He insisted he follows the rules, adding, "Everybody across politics should follow the rules." Meanwhile, in another news, London, Boris Johnson's bracing Britain for a Christmas coronavirus tidal wave. Britain reached a record 78,610 confirmed daily cases of COVID-19, and there were stark warnings Wednesday that the numbers are only heading in one direction. "I'm afraid we have to be realistic that records will be broken a lot over the next few weeks as the rates continue to go up," England's Chief Medical Officer Chris Whitty told a Downing Street press conference. That substantial numbers of patients would be going into hospital and intensive care units fairly soon after Christmas was a reasonably nailed-on prospect, Whitty said. The senior medic sought to prepare the country for a very sharp peak which could see significant problems in staffing the UK's already stretched health and social care system. "We may end up with quite substantial gaps in rotas at short notice," he said. UK Health Security Agency, UKSHA, Chief Executive Jenny Harries warned earlier on Wednesday that the highly infectious new variant is probably the most significant threat we've had since the start of the pandemic. The number of cases of Omicron is now doubling, fewer than every 2 days in some regions of the country, Johnson warned in the same press briefing. Hospitalizations are already up by 10% nationally week on week, and by almost a third in London, he added. The dire warnings come in a week Johnson has taken flak and faced a major rebellion from his own party after ramping up coronavirus restrictions. But he defended the current level of restrictions in England, saying that given the balance of risks and the balance of continuing uncertainties about Omicron, this is the right approach to take. He urged people to continue to wear face masks indoors, use ventilation, and to get tested if they are going to an event where they are likely to meet lots of people, or meet elderly or vulnerable relatives. The Prime Minister left it to his top health official to deliver the strongest cautionary message. People should prioritize what matters to them when it comes to socializing, Whitty said, as the festive break looms and the country weighs whether or not to visit loved ones. As the UK races to get booster jabs in arms, Johnson made a direct plea for more volunteers to help with the drive. He urged Brits to do something this Christmas you can tell your grandchildren about many Christmases from now. Grandchildren